Welcome to the Peew.
Peew.
Hello.
A recording
Yeah,
session
yeah.
after almost 2 months of
Tomfoolery.
tomfoolery. Yes, that's a
Tom
good,
and foolery. Right?
that's a good way of
Drew
describing
King,
it.
celebrity photographer Drew King.
Where's he at? This is Drewcilla.
Oh,
Drew King here too?
Drewcilla, yeah, Drewcilla.
I think you've got Drew King sponsoring Drew King right on his shirt right here. Talk about an endorsement.
They're never in the same room.
True. Very true.
So
Today is the 1st of October,
yes,
and we're celebrating Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah.
Yes, because we got to park somewhere where we wouldn't have been able to park had it not been for the Jewish faith.
Shana Tova.
Where did you park?
So thank you, Israel.
Where did you park?
We parked on the street in Long Island City, but you couldn't park there on school days. And when we parked, we thought, oh wait a minute, today's a school day because it's Tuesday. And then we whipped out the cell phone and learned that today was in fact not a school day because of Rosh Hashanah.
Well, now, do you have to be Jewish to not go to school on Rosh Hashanah? Or does everybody get it?
Everybody
gets it off.
Oh, is that what
Everybody
it is?
gets off.
Is that
on
what
Rosh
it is?
Hashanah.
Everybody gets the trophy thing?
What's interesting though is upstate.
No losers.
Once you get outside of Manhattan, the schools actually go back today. So I know this for a fact that schools went back to Westchester because there were school buses.
Oh, go back to school.
They go back to school, so they only get one day.
Wait, they go back October 1st?
Mm-hmm.
No, they go back at the end of August.
No, schools go back for Rosh Hashanah.
I mean,
For the
schools,
holiday.
you
Yeah.
say it
Okay.
You only get Monday off in Westchester.
okay.
Oh.
Well, you get 2 for 1.
Oh, in New York City,
New York
too?
City.
That's
Good.
because, you know.
Because we do things big here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
So what have you two been up to?
You two what up to?
Oh, I've been having a blast. I celebrated the end of summer by the way I usually celebrate, which is by going to nightclubs.
Which ones?
Well, Drewcilla and I went to the daughter party at the Market Hotel on Friday night.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was. It's at the Market Hotel is. You might think it's a hotel, but in fact, it's not a hotel.
Is it just a trendy name?
I guess so, because I thought that McKittrick Hotel was a hotel, and then it turned out that that's not a hotel either.
What is it?
It's a performance space.
Oh, well, and I thought the kitchen was a place to bake bread.
And in fact, it's also a performance space. So yes, the Market Hotel is not a hotel, and there's no market there. And
But it's a good space. Though.
yeah, it is a good space. It's
Very
an
good
upstairs
space.
area. It's right next to the subway platform, so you almost feel like you could go on the subway.
Is it above ground? So what?
Yes, it's on the. Is that Myrtle Avenue?
Myrtle Avenue, yeah, Myrtle Avenue.
So
Which train?
J and the M.
Oh, that's right by my house.
What house?
This house. It's right down the street.
You didn't
It's
come?
not anywhere near here.
Myrtle Avenue? The J and the M? It's right down
Myrtle
the street.
Avenue in Brooklyn, not Myrtle Avenue.
You live in Queens, darling.
Oh, well, Myrtle Avenue, the J and the M also goes to Myrtle Avenue here.
Oh, okay.
Right here, right down the street.
We're talking about Brooklyn.
Well, there's two. It goes from Brooklyn. It goes from.
If you're not from New York, Brooklyn and Queens share the same street names, but it's incredibly ridiculous
It's
how many
ridiculous.
addresses are put
There's
together.
there's a 2116 Linden Street in Queens and 2116 Linden Street in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right, and I almost went to it's in East New York, and in fact, the first time I was going to come here, I asked you live in East New York?
Yeah.
And then you said, no, I live in Queens.
Why did they do that? I mean, it's like they couldn't. It's like there are not enough names. Like they couldn't think of another name for a street.
Oh, and the silly address is 35-27.
Yeah.
36-20. It's all over Queens like that.
Yeah.
It's not just like down here.
But when you mail something, you don't. You can just write the regular address. This address is 2116, but my electric bill says 2114, and my lease says 2085 because it's on Forest Avenue. So
The front face of the building,
yeah,
right?
3 different addresses, and it's very confusing when you're trying to get electric things set up or cable or whatever.
Drewcilla and I also went to On Top last week.
Yes, we did. And
Yeah.
a blast. Oh,
Yeah.
my
How's
God.
Suzanne?
She's
Suzanne.
good. She's good.
Fabulous as ever.
Yeah, it was a good party.
Very good.
The weather was great.
I'm ever surprised by how wonderful she looks.
It's hard to believe.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, there are very few people that get better looking as they age. She's one of them. I would say that maybe at least in photographs, Madonna is another one. But in real life, we don't know for sure. But Suzanne, even in real life, she looks.
She looks amazing.
Yeah, she's camera ready in real life.
Now on Saturday night, I went to the Saint at Large's homecoming party.
How many people were there?
There were a lot of people there.
Now, were they Saint people or were they new people who'd never been to the Saint?
They were new people who never went to the Saint because, I went to the Saint, but
we're the last. I mean,
right, I
we
was
were,
like one of the last people.
Yeah,
to go to
and we
the
were
Saint.
not even part of that. We were the next generation after the
So
Saint.
for those of you who don't know what the Saint is, the Saint was a legendary nightclub on 2nd Avenue in New York City that was like a gay mecca, and it's kind of in gay culture always held up as like one of the zeniths of gay nightclubbing in the late 70s, early 80s.
Well, one of the things that made it that way was besides the sound system and the music and all that, was it had a state of the art. What do you call it? Was it a planetarium? What was
There
it?
was like a white dome
huge
over it that
dome.
they would project images, so when you were inside of it, as if you weren't fucked up enough, they would do these light things that made it look like you were spinning inside.
But they
the
also
globe.
sometimes it was the solar system.
Right, sometimes it's all, sometimes they had stars there.
Yeah.
They would project things on the globe. It was really cool.
It was, and for the time, it was phenomenal. I mean, people were.
Although they had very strict rules there, like you couldn't go
They
into
did.
the dome with a drink, and you couldn't go in there with cigarettes. Because
Mhm.
they were,
Yeah.
somebody was just like burning the
Right.
screen.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I mean, it was big though. It was like I don't know how many feet long. I mean, the circle.
It was a huge dome.
Yeah, it was like. Was it 100 feet? Do you think across?
Well, the dance floor was pretty big.
Yeah. It was
So,
giant.
I mean, the Saint was located in the former Fillmore East.
On 2nd Avenue.
Yeah, so it was a very large space. It was cool. So anyway, the Saint at Large is kind of the continuation of the Saint. Because remember, the Saint was doing parties at Roseland for years and years.
Didn't the Saint make popular that kind of gay dance music, like that gay, and the Paradise Garage? But the Saint kind of massified that gay disco dance music a little bit.
I don't know, which gay disco dance music are you referring to?
Like Sylvester kind of thing.
Possibly. Oh, you high energy?
Yeah.
I think that's something that was played more at the Saint than at Paradise Garage. Like
Yeah.
at Paradise Garage, it was
House.
more soulful
Yeah.
than high energy. But yeah, I mean, I remember hearing high energy at the Saint. So anyway, they had a party on Saturday at this fabulous warehouse that's at 53 Scott, which is behind the Elsewhere nightclub. And basically, it's like this enormous, like salt shed. It's kind of like a big tube that goes like this, and it's really long, and the dance floor's in there, and then next to it is this big yard with trees and sand. And they had, because it was a sports team, they like made football lines in the sand, and then they had all the queens playing tug of war with these big frilly ropes, and it was really, really fun.
Sounded like a
What massive you said? What's it called?
The party?
The club.
The club is called 53 Scott.
Oh,
It
what
doesn't
was-
have a name.
53 Scott. What did you say something that started with an M?
No.
No.
The party was called Homecoming.
No.
It was really
Oh,
fun.
homecoming, like football. Okay.
Right. So it was a sports team. Like all the guys were dressed
College.
in like sports fetish gear, basically.
And how big is it?
It's huge. So there there could have been like 1,000 people there.
See, that's a nice size. It's big, but that's huge to me. Is
Well, huge by contemporary New
Right.
York standards, not by the standards.
Have
of
you
the
been to
80s.
Have you been to a Mirage?
Yes.
Is that huge?
Yes.
to you?
That's huge by any standard.
So that's like 5,000, 6,000?
It could easily fit 5,000 people.
Okay.
For sure. It's big by New York City mega club.
And
standards.
why is it not like? I don't know. I guess I don't want to say why has it not happened, because it is happening obviously. But why is it not like a household name?
The Brooklyn Mirage?
Yeah.
It is.
No, it's not a household name.
No, well, here's the thing about household names.
Ernie's going to tell you the thing about household names.
That it was very easy. It was much easier for things to become household names in the 70s and 80s.
First of all,
because they were.
I think we better explain what a household name is, because
A household name is like a name that you could mention in any household across the USA, and people would say, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that."
Yeah.
So the reason, so Studio 54, for example, would have been
Right.
a household name because even people in wherever Kansas would have known Studio 54.
And probably around the world.
Whiskey Go Go.
Yes. So, but the Brooklyn Mirage is not a household name in that sense, and never will be, because you know, back then there were only 3 TV channels, and everybody had to watch the same TV, and now you can watch 3,000 TV channels. So everybody's watching these very, very micro.
Every once in a while,
audience
all
channels.
3,000 of those channels will show almost the same thing when something really big happens.
Yes, but it won't be Brooklyn Mirage.
Well, maybe. You never know.
But now you're watching this channel, and we're going to be back in a minute.
No.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Welcome back to the Peeew.
Oh, it's the first time we've done it in unison.
Wow, true.
And possibly the last.
Maybe.
Possibly. You don't know.
No mumbling. They can't hear you.
Little birdie.
That's the biggest complaint
Is it?
on our channel. Yes.
All right, I won't mumble.
Speak loudly. Enunciate.
All right, I will enunciate.
Use proper diction.
I will use proper diction.
I had a diction in my mouth at the St. Large party.
Ooh, my.
Were you drinking coffee?
Alka coffee.
Coffee addict?
I was drinking lots of coffee.
Alka coffee down there.
I actually was sober at the party. Like I went out to 3 nights last week, and I was sober at all 3 parties.
I've been sober at every party that I've been to, in every club, for like the past, I don't know how many months. And it's very strange, and makes me feel very much like me and them kind of thing. It's hard to really connect to people unless somebody else is also sober, and you can recognize the other people who are also sober because they're also looking like that, and you can connect with them and then have something to talk about. But it makes me feel really disconnected.
Can I make a confession?
Yes.
Yes. So the last couple months that I've been going out partying, I've been bucked up. Oh my God.
On what?
Anything and everything that I can legally get my hands with. How's that?
You can legally get your hands on?
This deer
So
right
you
here.
haven't
has
been
been
fucked up on anything then?
Oh, no. Legally is always questionable, but I've been having such a good time lately, and you're right, it's true. Like, I used to be the one that was always the designated driver, and since Ernie's been driving lately,
You know,
it's been a lot easier to go out and have some fun at the club.
that's how I sort of pictured you at Outrageous, the designated driver.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Drewcilla got so fucked up last week that she left her purse in a planter
I would love to have seen that.
Oh
on
my
10th
God.
Avenue, and didn't realize she'd left it there until we drove all the way back to my house.
Oh
on
my
the
God.
45 minutes later. Yes, I actually drove all the way back to the city.
Oh my God, was it there?
It was still sitting there.
Oh my
so,
God.
But everything they tell you about New York City is not true. It's actually quite a friendly
I
town.
had a similar episode last week with with a lot of money on me, and nothing. Yes, I was very surprised.
So next time you put your purse down to let somebody take a picture of your fabulous outfit, remember to pick your purse back up.
You mean my fabulous ass, you think?
Thank you.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.